Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one, and the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue. What do you do? I'm an artist. Listen to it again. What do you do? I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? What do you do? Listen to it again. What do you do? What do you do? Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need. I'm an, your occupation. I'm an, your occupation. For example, I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I'm an artist. Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer. Police officer. Police officer. Teacher. 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 Doctor. 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 Engineer. 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 Now, listen to some examples. What do you do? I'm a teacher. What do you do? I'm a doctor. What do you do? I am an engineer. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do? What do you do? Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor? Doctor. Doctor. Say, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor. What do you do? I'm a doctor. Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher? Teacher. Teacher. Say, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher. What do you do? I'm a teacher. Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer? Engineer. Engineer. Say, I'm an engineer. I am an engineer. Now, Answer the question saying that you are an engineer. What do you do? I am an engineer.
Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue. How's your mother? She's fine. Listen to it again. How's your mother? She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how's your mother? How's your mother? Listen to it again. How's your mother? How's your mother? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is she's state of well-being. She's state of well-being. For example, she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. Here are a few expressions related to well-being that you can use with this pattern. Great. 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 Fine. 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 So-so. 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 Not good. Not good. Not good. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers. How's your mother? She's great. How's your mother? She's so-so. How's your mother? She's not good. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how's your mother? How's your mother? Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say, great? Great. Great. Say, she's great. She's great. Now, answer the question saying she's great. How's your mother? She's great. Now imagine she's so-so. Do you remember how to say so-so? So-so. So-so. Say, she's so-so. She's so-so. Now, answer the question saying she's so-so. How's your mother? She's so-so. Now imagine she's not good. Do you remember how to say not good? Not good. Not good. Say, she's not good. She's not good. Now, Answer the question saying she's not good. How's your mother? She's not good.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1, find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2, work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3, learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's the matter? After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
What's the matter?
The office is hot. Listen to it again.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? The office is hot. The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
What's the matter?
listen to it again.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is, the office is, adjective. For example, the office is hot. The office is hot. The office is hot. Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot. 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 Cold. 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 Noisy. 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 Dirty. 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 Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
What's the matter?
The office is cold.
What's the matter?
The office is noisy.
What's the matter?
The office is dirty. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what's the matter?
What's the matter?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold? Cold. Cold. Say, the office is cold. The office is cold. Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
What's the matter?
The office is cold. Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy? Noisy. Noisy. Say, the office is noisy. The office is noisy. Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
What's the matter?
The office is noisy. Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty? Dirty. Dirty. Say, the office is dirty. The office is dirty. Now answer the question, saying the office is dirty.
What's the matter?
The office is dirty.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1. Introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2. Talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3. Give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4. Ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5. Learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, "How do you say this?" After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue. How do you say this?
It's parking lot.
Listen to it again. How do you say this?
It's parking lot.
First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, "How do you say this?" That's, "How do you say this?" Listen to it again. How do you say this? How do you say this? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
It's
word. For example, it's parking lot.
It's parking lot. It's parking lot.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot. Giraffe. 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 Travel. 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 Invasion. 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 Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers. How do you say this? It's giraffe. How do you say this? It's travel. How do you say this? It's invasion. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this? How do you say this? Imagine it's the word giraffe. Do you remember how to say giraffe? Giraffe. Giraffe. Say, it's giraffe. It's giraffe. Now answer the question saying, it's giraffe. How do you say this? It's giraffe. Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel? Travel. Travel. Say, it's travel. It's travel. Now, answer the question saying it's travel. How do you say this? It's travel. Now imagine the word is invasion. Do you remember how to say invasion? Invasion. Invasion. Say, it's invasion. It's invasion. Now answer the question saying, it's invasion. How do you say this? It's invasion.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's your favorite number? After watching this video, you'll be able to say many numbers and ask someone their favorite number. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Numbers PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
What's your favorite number? It's 7.
Listen to it again.
What's your favorite number? It's 7.
First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's your favorite number? That's
What's your favorite number?
listen to it again.
What's your favorite number? What's your favorite number?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
It's
number. For example, it's 7.
It's 7. It's 7.
Here are a few more numbers you can use with the same pattern. 7, 7, 7. 2, 2, 2. 4, 4, 4. 9, 9, 9. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
What's your favorite number?
It's 2.
What's your favorite number?
It's 4.
What's your favorite number?
It's 9. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's your favorite number?"
What's your favorite number?
Imagine it's 2. Do you remember how to say 2? 2. 2. Say, "It's 2." It's 2. Now answer the question saying, "It's 2."
What's your favorite number?
It's 2. Now imagine it's 4. Do you remember how to say 4? 4. 4. Say, "It's 4." It's 4. Now answer the question by saying, "It's 4."
What's your favorite number?
It's 4. Now imagine it's 9. Do you remember how to say 9? 9. 9. Say, "It's 9." It's 9. Now answer the question saying, "It's 9."
What's your favorite number?
It's 9.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Want to speak and understand more of your target language? If so, of course, you'll need to know more words and phrases than you do now. In this video, we'll cover 5 ways to master new words and phrases fast. Number 1, use our free vocabulary list. This is a free library of vocabulary and phrase lessons for all kinds of situations. You can learn words and phrases for current events, holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and useful topics like the top 10 ways to say hello, conversational phrases, and more. You'll learn phrases that you won't find in textbooks. If you want to learn extra fast, use the slideshow tool. Just tap or click on View Slideshow, then sit back and review the words and phrases. Find the vocabulary lists in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site. These vocabulary lists are free for all users. Number 2, take the audio and video lessons. One of the best ways to learn new words is by hearing and using them in conversations. This is because it gives you the opportunity to understand how the words are actually used. In every lesson dialogue, you'll likely come across some words you don't know. But don't worry, because our teachers translate everything. When you hear the conversation again at the end of the lesson, you'll be familiar with the words you didn't know at first. Number 3, learn with our 2000 most common words list. A quick question. How many words do you think you need for conversational fluency? 3,000? 5,000? It's actually not as many as you think. Language experts say you need about 1,500 words to reach conversational fluency. With our 2,000 most common words list, you'll get access to key vocabulary words you need to boost your conversation skills. The words are broken down into simple categories, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, food, drinks, numbers, months, and so on. So you can go category by category and focus on what you're most interested in first. With this tip, we're not talking about paper flashcards. We're talking about the smart flashcards that you can find in our premium study tools. This is an automatic system individualized for each member based on their study needs. First, you'll use the cards to check your knowledge. Then, according to your answers, the cards will be sorted according to which words you need more practice with. Words that you struggle with will be shown to you more and more. You'll see words that you know well less often. This system helps you study more efficiently. It displays the words you need to work on and knows when you should refresh your knowledge. This helps make sure you don't forget vocabulary. In every study session, these cards will help you refresh your memory on the words you learned last time and introduce new words. Number 5. Use the words. After you learn a new word, using it right away is crucial to remembering it. So, when you're done with a lesson or a vocab list, here's something you can do. Leave a comment. Make up a sample sentence and post it in the comment section. Write it down in a notebook, or shadow the word with a lessons dialogue. Our language learning program is full of tools that can help you speak more. Just pick one and get started. If you want to unlock all of these study tools, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue. What kind of movies do you like?
I like horror movies.
Listen to it again. What kind of movies do you like?
I like horror movies.
First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's, what kind of movies do you like? Listen to it again. What kind of movies do you like? What kind of movies do you like? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
I like
type of movie.
movies.
For example, I like horror movies.
I like horror movies. I like horror movies.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror, horror, horror. Comedy, comedy, comedy. Fantasy, fantasy, fantasy. Romance, romance, romance. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers. What kind of movies do you like? I like comedy movies. What kind of movies do you like? I like fantasy movies. What kind of movies do you like? I like romance movies. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What kind of movies do you like?" What kind of movies do you like? Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy? Comedy. Comedy. Say, I like comedies. I like comedy movies. Now answer the question saying that you like comedies. What kind of movies do you like? I like comedy movies. Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy? Fantasy. Fantasy. Say, I like fantasy movies. I like fantasy movies. Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies. What kind of movies do you like? I like fantasy movies. Now imagine you like romance movies. Do you remember how to say romance? Romance. Romance. Say, I like romance movies. I like romance movies. Now answer the question saying you like romance movies. What kind of movies do you like? I like romance movies.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing during the holiday? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your holiday plans. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your National Holidays PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to go to the beach. Listen to it again.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to go to the beach. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you doing for the 4th of July? That's
What are you doing for 4th of July?
Independence Day, also known as 4th of July, celebrates the American Declaration of Independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain in 1776. Listen to it again.
What are you doing for 4th of July? What are you doing for 4th of July?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is, I'm planning to plan. I'm planning to plan. For example, I'm planning to go to the beach. I'm planning to go to the beach. I'm planning to go to the beach. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk about your plans. Go to the beach. Go to the beach. Go to the beach. Travel. 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 Stay home. Stay home. Stay home. Go to the movies. Go to the movies. Go to the movies. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to travel.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to stay home.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to go to the movies. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What are you doing for the 4th of July?"
What are you doing for 4th of July?
Imagine you're planning to travel. Do you remember how to say travel? Travel. Travel. Say, I'm planning to travel. I'm planning to travel. Now, answer the question saying you're planning to travel.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to travel. Now, imagine you're planning to stay home. Do you remember how to say, stay home? Stay home. Stay home. Say, I'm planning to stay home. I'm planning to stay home. Now, answer the question saying you're planning to stay home.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to stay home. Now imagine you're planning to go to the movies. Do you remember how to say, go to the movies? Go to the movies. Go to the movies. Say, I'm planning to go to the movies. I'm planning to go to the movies. Now, answer the question saying you're planning to go to the movies.
What are you doing for 4th of July?
I'm planning to go to the movies.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue. Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge. Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again. Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge. Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's hello. Hello. Then, you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is, I'd like to speak with person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge. Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge. Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge. Now, how do you answer this question? Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again. Okay, just a moment. Okay, just a moment. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge. The person in charge. The person in charge. A sales representative. A sales representative. A sales representative. The manager. The manager. The manager. Customer service. Customer service. Customer service. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers. I'd like to speak with a sales representative. Okay, just a moment. I'd like to speak with the manager. Okay, just a moment. I'd like to speak with customer service. Okay, just a moment. Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person? I'd like to speak with person. And how do you answer it? Okay, just a moment. Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say a sales representative? A sales representative. A sales representative. Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative. I'd like to speak with a sales representative. Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it. I'd like to speak with a sales representative. Okay, just a moment. Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say the manager? The manager. The manager. Say, I'd like to speak with the manager. I'd like to speak with the manager. Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it. I'd like to speak with the manager. Okay, just a moment. Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service? Customer service. Customer service. Say, I'd like to speak with customer service. I'd like to speak with customer service. Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it. I'd like to speak with customer service. Okay, just a moment.
Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye! Welcome to our first ever evening edition of this series, because the sound in the original video was destroyed. Hi everybody, welcome back to Ask Alicia, the weekly series where you ask me questions and I answer them. Maybe. First question this week. First question this week comes from Patrick. Hi Patrick. Patrick says, I know the basic English words and I understand if someone speaks in English. For example, I understand your videos perfectly, but I have problems building correct English sentences, like when I speak with another person. Do you have any tips for how to build correct sentences? I think that this just comes with practice, honestly. It's difficult to do. But I know that there's not always a person that you can ask for help. I will tell you a secret. When I don't have confidence with something, when I don't know how to answer something, this is what I do. I Google it. Seriously, just Google it. I put quotation marks around like the phrase that I'm trying to make, and then I search Google for it. And if it's there, great. Then that means I can use it. Maybe like thousands of people have used that phrase. I know it's probably a common phrase. If there are no results, then that probably means I've made a mistake somehow. So that's maybe one good way to help you as you try to build phrases by yourself. So try that out. Next question. Next question comes from Huang Se-na. Huang Se-na, hi. I love your name, Alicia. Is Alicia a common name in the US? I happen to have a friend named Alyssa. Also, what's your personal favorite name? A common name in the US? Alicia, I don't think Alicia is so common in the US. And when I was growing up, I didn't have any other friends named Alicia. Also, the spelling of my name is a little strange. Usually it's spelled A-L-I-C-I-A. Maybe you know the artist Alicia Keys. That's how she spells her name. So my name was commonly confused as Alicia a lot. So I've heard like Allison and Alyssa and Allie and so on. Those are fairly common, I think. But Alicia, especially my spelling, is not so common actually. So, what's my favorite name? My favorite name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Next question. Next question comes from Long. Is the H sound not always pronounced when followed by another consonant? For example, wall hanger or come back home. Yes, the H sound is often pronounced very softly. It's quite difficult to pronounce all of these syllables clearly. Like in the example, come back home, it's quite difficult to say the H sound clearly. So in those cases, it's quite common to make the H sound quite soft, like come back home. Next question. Romeo from Vietnam. Hi again, Romeo. Romeo says, hello, Alicia. Do native speakers say you aren't gonna blah 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 or you're not gonna blah blah blah? Which contracted form is used more? I think they're used equally, like you can choose which you prefer. Me? I think I usually say you're not gonna. I probably use you are. I contract the you are. You're not gonna, or you're not gonna do something. I probably use you're not more often than you aren't gonna. Next question is from Wagner. Wagner? Have you written any operas? Why do American people pronounce English class 101 instead of 101 or 101? Oh, this relates to like university and college level courses actually. So there are 4 levels to universities or to colleges in the US. First year, second year, third year, and fourth year. So the classes for each of those are numbered. So first year classes begin with 1, second year classes with 2, third year classes with 3, fourth year classes with 4. So first year classes, like it tends to be like the basic classes, begin with a 1, and like the most basic of those classes is usually 101. So like English class 101, that's kind of making like a friendly introduction to English, in other words. So we say 101. We always use that sort of pattern when speaking. We don't say 101. We always use 101 or like 124 or like 367. I don't know what those classes are, but we always say each individual number. Nice question though, interesting. Next question is from Danny. Would you tell us about here you are, here you go, there you are, there you go, and here, there, we, you, it, they, we, go. Oh gosh, okay. I'll talk about the ones that you introduce. What do they mean and how do you use them naturally? So let's talk first about here you are and here you go. So we use these when we present someone with something. So you give someone something. Here you are, here you go. Like you are at a restaurant maybe. Your order arrives. Here you are, here you go. Something like in a service situation, you might hear this kind of from like a friendly staffish, like staff-related person, I suppose. Here you are, here you go. Or maybe from a teacher to a school child, maybe. Here you go. We use it to like present something, to present an object that maybe they're expecting to receive. Let's talk then about there you go and there you are. So we use there you go when someone is able to do a thing they've been practicing for a while. So for example, if a child is learning how to ride a bicycle and they've been struggling with it for some time, but then gradually they get better at it and they can do it. A parent might say, "Oh, there you go, you got it, you got it." It's like a support word, an encouragement word. There you go. The last one on your list though, there you are. In American English, we use there you are in a situation where we're looking for someone. We've been looking for someone we're expecting to meet, and it's been difficult to find them. Maybe you visit a few different spots, but then at last you find this person, maybe like in a break room or someplace you might not expect them. But when you do find them and you say, "Oh, there you are," we say it with that sort of intonation. "Oh, there you are." It sounds immediately to the listener like, "Oh, this person has been looking for me." Next question is from LOJ, LOJ says, "My question is about phrasal verbs. What is the meaning of knocked out?" Like here, example sentence 1, knocked me out of my possession, or 2, knocked the wind out of me. I had a problem with the word possession. Knocked me out of my possession. I'm not quite sure. This could refer, though, to, in a very rare situation, we have this word possession, which refers to like this thing called demonic possession, where there's this idea that a bad spirit gets into the body and controls a person's behavior. We call that possession. So we could say like a priest knocked me out of my possession. To go back to your original question though, the word knock out as a phrasal verb, to knock out means it means forcefully or forcibly remove something. Because of some impact, an object is removed from its original location. So for example, a jogger could be coming at me and they run into me and they knock my phone out of my hands. So in that case, my phone is being removed because of the impact of the jogger. So to knock something out means like to remove from its original location from force. In your second example then, knocked the wind out of me. This is an expression we use which means like to lose our breath because of an impact. So if you get like punched or kicked maybe in maybe this area, you might feel the air in your lungs come out of your body. So we call that the wind in this situation. So like he knocked the wind out of me means he caused me to lose the air in my lungs. The impact was so strong in my body that the air came out of my lungs. So he knocked the wind. So the wind, in this case the air in my lungs in its original location, was removed from me because of this impact. You might also hear this expression in boxing, to knock out or to KO someone, means to cause them to lose consciousness in this case. So consciousness is the thing that's going away in this case. So to knock someone out in like a boxing match means they lose consciousness. In other words, a KO we sometimes say. The first example sentence is not actually so clear to me. So it's also possible there's an error in the original text. I don't know. Alright, so those are all the questions that I want to answer this week. Thank you very much for sending your questions to me. Remember, you can send them to me at EnglishClass101.com/ask-Alicia. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Ask Alicia, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye! Now I'm totally paranoid about my sound working. Sound. It's still working.
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone.